Or
Even individual drivers.
Right.
oh, this is
Yeah,
exactly currently undergoing for the what that is this IoT or uh, just beyond the industry or beyond the company. They're
yeah.
going to exchange information even if they have different company. Is this it will going on in the next several years?
Yeah, I think
For
so.
example, currently, like we can very simple example is JL, ANA is the different airplane company. So, but if you try to looking for the available seat, but currently they exchange information, but they were going to change exchange information soon. Which seat is most available, timing and cost and so forth. It's going to cooperative action will be coming soon. Like
But
what you said.
we already see this, Uno-san, in aviation. Very often this flight is being operated. It's a joint operation with Finnair and KLM, for example.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's basically a collaboration because the individual companies cannot fill the airplane, so they combine the passengers from two different companies and operate one flight to make
Really?
it possible, to make it viable.
So I think competition way of style will going to be drastically changing, right?
Right, but still the competition is of course going on. But in order to be competitive, you need to work together because you only want to work in the area where you can be profitable. So if you can if it is profitable for you to fill half of an airplane, only half of an airplane, but then half an airplane, if you bring that airplane from A to B, you cannot operate it. But if you work together with another company and jointly use one airplane, then perhaps you can become profitable.
But Japanese system is not like that. For example, plane flying time is getting closer. They never reduce price. Not instead of American airline.
Yes, but ANA works together with KLM.
Yeah. But they are not sharing available seat and price and cost, right?
They do,
Sharing
but
price,
yeah,
sharing
they're
plane.
they're member of the same group.
Oh, member of the same group?
Right.
You mean the investment?
It's the what's it called, the Sky
Oh,
Group.
this is not investment. This is just a coordinated share.
Right. But I mean, that makes sense. If that makes sense, then basically they have a completely different. They're completely different companies. They're part of the same group, but they work together in order to be more competitive. So they need to share capacity and not duplicate capacity, because duplicating capacity costs money, and if that then they cannot be competitive. So by sharing their capacity, they will be able to remain competitive. Both KLM and ANA, they're still competitors, but by working together, they can stay in operation. So that, I think, that's the future.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's true. But currently, JL and ANA is very many planes is shared with Chinese airplane company.
Right.
Every
So
time I go into Shanghai, I pick Chinese airline, but actually this is coordinated air of JL or ANA.
right.
Unfortunately, I can't using ANA lounge, but plane the same,
Right.
same
Right.
food.
Yeah.
It's
So,
interesting.
but that's also with logistics. I think that will happen the same thing. Even though there are competitors, but it doesn't make sense for me to really wanting to bring a parcel from A to B. If I don't have any presence in B, then I better work together with a different logistics partner, even though they may be my competitors. But it makes more sense for me to actually work together. So I see that is going to be like Grab. What Takashi-san is showing is going to be like Grab, but even those logistics partners, those fulfillment partners, will also use Grab to actually only use the stretches where they can be competitive, where they can make money, and then give it to somebody else and give them the opportunity to make a little money in the stretches where they're most efficient.
Okay, by the way, Takashi, Grab is what kind of company? Delivery company?
Grab is online service. They don't have any the car. They don't have the employment of
It's like
a driver.
Uber.
Oh, they are looking for the delivery company, delivery car. So arrangement.
They're making contract with the individual drivers. Then
Oh, you mean the
let
taxi?
them yeah, it's like a taxi, but it's not full-time taxi.
Okay, I understand. Like a China Didi.
Yeah, Mr. A is registered, and if he's available and he'll be called by
Okay.
someone by Grab,
Okay.
and that will be Mr. A who is coming to pick him up.
Okay, this is Didi.
So for the company like Yodobashi and the real the shop retailers, then
Mm-hmm.
they might be going to do the delivery service instead of the
Yeah, exactly.
operating the actual shop, but rather it might not be enough. But like this company is not gonna have to keep these resources as their asset. I mean, the car and driver, even is not necessary.
Right.
Just working this service online by online service like the Grab.
Right.
Actually, I tell you, I think that Amazon is already working with companies like Grab already. Sometimes you get deliveries from people who are obviously shiroto, not professionals. They are basically just around and available, and so they probably work with multiple logistic partners already. Just whatever is possible. But what does this kind of model is very interesting. Because what does it mean? It means that companies, logistics companies, they don't need to keep people on board anymore. They become super lean.
Mm-hmm.
They basically become IT vendors. So they make their money off the margin on these logistics services. But every worker becomes kind of like an independent entrepreneur, a self-employed entrepreneur. You have to be very, very flexible, which means that people can work independently, making a living. But it's also very flexible because if there is a certain dip in logistic needs, if there's an economic crisis, these people will be immediately running out of a job and running out of income. So the economy in itself becomes very agile. But what does it mean in terms of the future, in terms of the certainty that people will have money next month or in a half year's time? Will you still be able to make money working as a Grab driver or not? If that uncertainty kicks in, that means that people will become very, very careful spending money. That actually will have consequences for our economy because people will become very risk averse in spending their money, and that will put more and more contraction on our economic growth, even in the short run.
Do you have any ongoing idea or example in the country of Norway doing some trial on this kind of sharing industry, the changing from the system?
I can see.
But maybe thinking in a positive way, the more and more the company that wants to offer this personal effort for their services, and it's gonna not likely to lose a job.
Actually, Takai-san, what I believe is happening is that these kinds of jobs, these Grab jobs, these Grab drivers, these Uber drivers, they are especially popular in countries like the US, Japan, Japan not yet, but especially in countries that have very low safety nets, social safety nets. People who lose their jobs. I will show this probably on Saturday, but in the video of Uber, you will see a lot of people, a lot of Uber drivers are people who lost their jobs, who actually lost their jobs, who are unemployed, who quickly need money. What they have is a car, so the only thing you need to do is just sign up as an Uber driver, and you can start to make money just to make ends meet. But these people have zero security. Now, in the Netherlands, there is even if you become unemployed, you still get paid for quite a long time. So there is much less incentive to take these kind of flexible jobs with very little job security, because basically the security is being provided by the government. So I think that these countries like the US are the first ones to see an uptake in these like Grab and Uber and whatever sharing economy jobs, where basically everybody becomes self-employed. But it is very important that the government will follow and realize that these people are very, very vulnerable, that they get some kind of protection. And maybe the minimum income should become the minimum income of those independent workers, people who are trying to make ends meet, becoming couriers or whatever we will think of next, and protect those people against like abject poverty, that they will at least have minimum health care and other kinds of insurance.
So what is meant to manage something will be like not managing the company, but managing the resources in the society.
Right. Right.
On the sharing service and sharing economy, where the unemployed and individual person, the more and more they're working for the service.
Right. So
it's not guaranteed, and so how the society managing the society itself.
Right. Right. Everybody's self-employed.
Okay. Okay. Time is up.
Yes. Okay. So let's continue with Amazon, because that was just the first video of Amazon.
Yes.
There are two more. So finishing up employment and the rest of the issues for Japan next Saturday.
Okay, good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Good discussion we did today. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Enjoy your week.
Yeah.
See you Saturday.
Yeah, see you Saturday.
Bye-bye.
はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日はブーキューブさんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました、留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、 グローバルリーダーになれないと、ここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる、専門性を持つ、英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾では、リベラルアーツということと、それからもう一つは、孫子の平和、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって、皆さんが海外の欧米の方々と、もしくは華僑圏の方々と、正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えております。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また、実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師が話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後、こういうふうな検証をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料作成をしております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対しても、いろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、V キューブさんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。